Do you feel like your life is on autopilot? And do you feel that you have to get things done and that you don't have a choice? And are you ready to feel confident and in control to increase your self-worth? If you've answered yes to any of those questions, you're going to want to tune into today's episode of Coffee and Confidence. We've got episode 11. I'm so excited to interview today's guest. I'm really excited to learn lots of great tidbits and new information about my guest's expertise. So welcome to the Coffee and Confidence Show. My name is Kelly Carrigan. I'm your host. I'm an assertiveness coach, and my business is EmpowerMe Coaching. I'm empowering people pleasers worldwide to calm the chaos, to find their voice, to find balance in their life, and to live life on their terms. So welcome to today's episode of Coffee and Confidence and how to unlock your confidence. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you my special guest today, Tabatha Foster. So Tabatha is a Reiki master, and she's the owner of Oh My Soul and Journey on the East Coast. And I'm going to let you, Tabatha, introduce yourself a little bit more. So please share a little bit more about yourself.
Good morning, Kelly. Thanks so much for having me. It's so exciting to be here. I am a Reiki master, Chios master, I've studied chakras. I've studied all kinds of things. And I'm getting a little feedback here. So I've been doing all that for the last probably 5 or 6 years. And then we have opened up Oh My Soul and Journey, which was my name for my page quite some time ago. And 4 months ago, Karina and I decided to take over a studio in town on the west side. So we've been there for 4 months and just loving it and growing every day.
That's amazing. I've been connecting with you online, and I see that you guys do something special on Wednesdays.
We do. We have soul talks on Wednesdays, and they're amazing. It's a great way for people to come and check out different modalities to see if you like them, see if they connect with you, and then before you kind of invest your money into something you're a little unsure of.
Well, that's amazing, right? So energy work is so important nowadays, because I really do see a shift in consciousness, and people are more open-minded to different modalities and different ways of learning and different ways of being. So thank you for doing what you do.
Thanks. I love it.
Yeah. So today's episode, well, not just today, but every day, it's Coffee and Confidence. Now, the confidence piece, amazing. And we can't forget about the coffee piece. So now it's time for what is in your cup. So to be honest, I will share first. Today in my cup, I've got coffee from Tim Hortons. I'm in
fave.
I'm in the process of moving. Not sure if it sounds echoey, but I'm using my apartment now as my office for a short time, because this is where the Wi-Fi is. So there's not much left in the apartment other than my office. So I just grabbed
Tim Hortons
coffee this morning, because that was just easy. So please share what's in your cup, Tabatha.
Well, I have a M&M cup. And in it is tea. I'm a total tea drinker. Love the smell of coffee. Can't drink it, but love tea. So I'm a steeped tea girl, and that's what's in my cup this morning.
That's amazing. My husband would love your mug. He loves M&Ms.
I actually got it at the M&M store in New York City.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah. That's pretty neat.
So I'm going to ask you to just readjust your camera a little bit, because what I'm seeing is like
just a little bit of me.
Yeah, like this much of your face.
Oh, on the phone. So we're trying to. How's that better?
Yeah, that's
perfect.
That's amazing right there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so I want to invite our viewers today to please, share your comments. Please share with us what's in your cup this morning. And this is, Be Live. So any comments or questions that you have, please type them in the comment box. I will acknowledge everybody this morning. I may not get to your comment right away, but don't worry, I will say hello. So let's just start. We've got a comment coming in from Jen LaValle. Coffee is in my mug. Thank you so much for being here, Jen, and thanks for sharing what's in your cup.
Welcome, Jen.
And we've got Christy Miller, mine's full of black coffee. Oh, yeah, that's amazing. I take my coffee in different ways. My husband will say, well, what do you want in your coffee? And I'm like, what do I feel like today? So yeah, I can appreciate a good cup of black coffee as well. Thanks for joining us, Christy. Glad to have you guys here. So today's topic is how to unlock your confidence, right? How energy work can unlock your confidence. So I'm like, my mind is like overflowing like with ideas and thoughts right now. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Which one? Priority in my head. So let's just talk about the problem. Like when people have, when there's blockages, and you can get into a little more detail about that, is when you have blockages, what are some of the symptoms and what are some of the problems that people experience with, like, say, with just blocked energy?
Well, I'll just kind of give a real brief intro, because we have seven main chakras in our body, and they run from our tailbone to the top of our head. So we have our root chakra, we have our sacral, we have our solar plexus, our heart, our throat, our third eye, and our crown. So they all do different things in our bodies. All of them will help with and deal with your self-confidence. But your solar plexus, which is located at your solar plexus, is a lot about your self-confidence, a lot about who you are and how you deal with your power.
Yeah. I know I've been doing some research on the topic as well. And what I've read about the solar plexus, that, it's the chakra responsible for self-esteem, willpower, personal power,
Absolutely.
being confident, your willpower. And this one I found particularly interesting is the warmth in your personality. I thought that was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what are some of the problems that people experience with the blocked chakra?
Well, if you have blocked chakras, I wrote out a list just so I would hit some of the main ones. But when your solar plexus is blocked, you'll have physical symptoms like constipation, IBS, binge eating. You could be overweight, underweight. Our addictions, personalities will come from solar plexus. Ulcers, diabetes, reflux issues, self-esteem issues. Then you can get into things like pancreatitis and gallstones, hepatitis, some of the bigger diseases. Those things will happen more so if it's blocked for long periods of time and you don't do anything about it.
Right.
So, yeah. And then you get into things like fear of happiness, feeling trapped in your emotions, sexual addictions as well, low sex drive, feeling distant in your relationship. So all those things that just kind of make you almost step away from people sometimes. Or the other side, you can kind of be that aggressive in your face kind of person as well. So those are some of the symptoms of if it's blocked. So if you're feeling some of those things, then sometimes you just need to take that time to go, be aware of what's going on in your body.
Yeah, most definitely. Now, does a blocked solar plexus cause what I would call like belly issues, like bad belly syndrome? Yeah. I know my daughter, she complains of a bad belly quite often. And I really feel that it's more like emotional if she's like stressed or something. So this has really piqued my interest. I'm excited to learn some things from you today.
Oh, absolutely. Because what happens is that's where we tend to hold our stuff, is right in that, because it's our gut instinct. So when you're feeling something, you tend to go, like danger. You're going to walk out in front of a car and it's like, you got the feeling like, that's not safe. That's your gut instinct. So you really need to listen to that in all respects of what's going on in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm just taking in the information that you're like throwing my way.
There's so much I could go on for hours about, the entire chakra system, but even just one chakra in itself. So I've taught courses over the years where we take like 7-8 weeks just to go over the entire chakra system, because there's just so much involved with it.
Yeah. And I've heard, more and more, like in the last, definitely like year or two, that, people feeling like overworked, stressed, like burnt out, right? Experiencing burnout. And like, I'm no expert on it, but people talk about the adrenal glands. Now,
Yes.
does that connect it with the solar plexus as well?
Well, your adrenal glands are connected with with your body in itself. So yeah, so when you get fatigued and you get overwhelmed, it will drain your adrenal system as well. So that's actually another whole topic in itself, the adrenal system.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Very complex. Definitely
Very
very
complex. Yeah.
right. And Um, so even with the clients that I work with, like I tend to work with what I call like people pleasers, right? The people who,
Mm-hmm.
feel guilty saying no, who have a hard time setting boundaries and a hard time speaking up for themselves, is that they put themselves out there and they do, and they can get very overwhelmed. And then of course that, diminishes a person's self-confidence.
Right.
And, you know, really, learning some skills, because it's not just skills, but it's the way of being, right? It's your way of being that's really going to change your outlook. It's going to change your behavior and the way that you feel. And I'm
Absolutely.
very, very big on energy work. Me personally, I'm very attuned to different energies, walking into different rooms, just people's energy. And I really believe in the work that you do in helping people rebalance their energy.
Oh, absolutely. But it's about you need to take that time just to be with yourself. And a lot of times we don't want to do that. Where people are scared to sit.
Why?
Exactly why? Because then they're like, "Oh, something is wrong or something's not right or I'm not perfect." But if we just take those even a few minutes every day just to sit and just go inward and listen to what our body's telling us, then you'll get the cues. Then you get that, oh, I've been binge eating every night when after everybody goes to bed, and especially when you're a mom and you're a working mom and you've got to go out every day and work, and then you've got to come home, you look after the house and the kids, and we have running kids here, there, and everywhere. Our lives are super busy. So then we sit at the couch at the end of the night, everybody goes to bed, and you're like, there, I've got a moment, but I don't want to deal with how I'm feeling. So I'm going to grab that bag of chips or the chocolate bar or the tub of ice cream, and I'm going to eat it and just hold it down. And then I don't have to deal with it because it makes you feel good. I mean, come on, everybody knows a big tub of chocolate ice cream is going to make you feel great in the moment,
In the
right?
moment.
And then you finish it and you're like, oh my God, now I feel like, crap because I did that. So
Uh-huh.
I think if we can just learn and not just women, men too, men are taking on a lot bigger roles today. We have so much mental illness out there. It seems to be growing leaps and bounds, but we need to stop and we need to stop and listen to what's going on inside and ask ourselves, what is it? What's going on? And then what can I do about it to make it better? And to talk about it, let people know. There's nothing wrong with letting your family know and your friends know and your coworkers know that I'm not feeling up to par. I'm not feeling 100%. I need this from you, and it'll make the world difference in how you feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely, right? And a lot of women, a lot of moms in particular, feel that they need to that they need to do everything themselves, right? Like, I need to go to work, I need to take care of my child, I need to figure it all out on my own. But no, that's not the case, right? We need to tap into our community and ask for help,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep.
And, you know, realizing the first step, right? The first step is realizing that, you need help and you need support, and then being able to ask for it.
Absolutely.
Before we move on any further, we've got some comments coming in that I would like to acknowledge.
Sure.
So Jen LaValle says, I tried to post a picture, but it wouldn't let me. My coffee is black too. Yeah, I don't think you can post the pictures here live, Jen, but yeah, thanks. We would love to see your mug. I'm sure it's fantastic. I've seen a mug of hers before, and they're absolutely beautiful. So we have Melody Vale. She says, hi, everyone. Thanks, Christy. perhaps Christy invited you to this show today, Melody. Thanks for being here. And Tondi says, hey, beautiful ladies. Hey, Tondi.
Hi,
Welcome.
Tondi.
Thanks for being here. We've got some more comments. Megan Foster says, how do you open a blocked chakra? That is a great question. And we're going to get to that just momentarily, Megan. And Tondi says, I love that. Just a few minutes a day to go within. You're right. That's where the answers are. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with you on that, Tabatha and Tondi. All right. So yeah, the question of the day is, how do you open a blocked chakra? What advice do you have for the listeners to unlock their confidence?
Right, exactly. There's lots and lots of different ways that you can. I'm going to give you a brief top 4 or 5 that are
perfect.
Great. One is diet. So it's really important if you go in, you're like, oh, I'm feeling one of the symptoms, I'm feeling that, then it's your diet. So you want to add oats and lentils, golden and yellow apples, brown rice, sweet potatoes, corn, what's another one? Pumpkin. We're getting into fall, so pumpkin's a perfect time it's perfect to add pumpkin this time of year. So you can add those things to your diet. Try to get rid of the processed food and the sugars in your diet. They make your system really wonky. You can wear yellow. And it's really about being aware, because our solar plexus is where we manifest our things and the things that we want. So if we go inward and we're like, you know what, I want to be balanced. I want to be happy. I want to be self-confident. I don't want to be that people pleaser anymore. I need to please myself first. Then that's where you go. It's in the solar plexus. So it's just putting the intention out there that that's what you want.
I have a question, because you had mentioned a lot of yellow, like a lot of yellow food, like corn, and then you mentioned the sweet potatoes. Now they're more orangey, and you said wear yellow. So what is it about yellow and the solar plexus?
So every chakra has a color, and the solar plexus color is yellow. So it is your power. It's your power center. It's that I am wanting to be powerful. So when we wear yellow, use essential oils that are based around the yellow, the warm colors,
like
ginger,
lemon,
ginger, lemon, cinnamon, cloves, black pepper. They're some of the top ones. Adding those things in, they will open up with the intention that that's what you want to do, that you want to work on that chakra, that solar plexus. Those are things that'll aid you into unblocking and having the energy flow through your solar plexus. Crystals, you can wear crystals. You can use crystals. One of your other guests, Kara, had the bottle with the crystals that you could put in it. Fabulous way to work on any of your chakras. You can just add those crystals to it. So some of the crystals are yellow jasper, sunstone, amber, yellow citrine, yellow topaz. There's some of the few that are pretty easy to get. So yeah, you can wear them. You can just put them in your pocket.
Awesome. Okay, so before we get going, there's a couple more comments that I want to acknowledge. So Christy says, hey, so exciting. Tondi says, wow, diet. You can even add color via food. She's mind blown.
Yeah. Well, it's so complex, but yet so simple at the same time. When you think about it, you're like, oh, I just need to add yellow food to my diet.
Right? I did not know that.
No, most people don't. So it's simple and complex at the same time.
And Tondi also says, how do you know when it's balanced? Because you don't want to open it too much. Is that right?
That's exactly right. Because then when you can be too open, and then you can be too closed. But can
you explain that?
So if you're too open, then you become overbearing. And if you're too closed, then you can become codependent. You and I talked a little bit about codependency earlier. Because you're looking to somebody else to fulfill those feelings of self-confidence, feelings of strength and feeling enough. And sometimes that's where we get into a lot of sex addictions is, will come into that part, is when it's not where it's supposed to be. But again, we can
Okay.
go on for hours and hours about each section of
Yeah.
the chakra.
So when you said you're too open, you can be overbearing.
Yeah. You ever just meet those people that are so self-confident that they're arrogant?
Oh, okay.
That kind of, right? Like this, I am the most powerful I am, right? So you
Mhm.
want to be, when you're feeling your absolute best in that chakra, then you just know it, because everything's flowing, and you don't even really have to question it, because you're feeling good, and you're feeling amazing, and you're like, oh, I
Huh.
am myself. I love and accept myself. Because affirmations are another one that's great for balancing your chakras.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love and accept myself for exactly who I am.
Mm-hmm. I'm just writing down a couple of key words here to share with our viewers once you're done your talk. So Melody says, too open. I never thought of that. So good to know. I'm a codependent and have been for many years. I didn't know that you could be too open either, Melody. So this is news to me as well. Great that you're learning something. And perhaps you can take some knowledge from today's episode and work on becoming a little more open and opening the solar plexus so that you
Absolutely.
can
And I can
move away.
add some tips too.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so you were mentioning affirmations. So yeah, continue on with your
So
affirmations.
affirmations, fabulous. Love affirmations. I'm huge onto them. I think they're one of the best ways, because they're easy but difficult as well at the same time. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a couple of affirmations I like. I trust my power. Trust in who you are. Trust that that what you have to say has value, and that, or if you don't want to do something, it's all right. I don't have to do it. People pleasers, we tend to go, oh yeah, I'll do it. Even when your inside of your body is screaming, no, 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 our
Mm-hmm.
mouth is going, yes, yes, yes. So if you don't want to do it, stand up in your power, and it's okay. It'll be hard at first to say no, but once you learn to say no, you're like, wow, it's the best feeling.
Absolutely. It's so freeing, right? To say no
Absolutely.
without feeling guilty. And I guarantee the first couple of times that you say no, you will feel slightly guilty, but that's part of the process. It's like training your muscle. And, I help people connect with their whys, connect with their values and their priorities, so that it's a lot easier to say no. Because when you're saying no to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to something else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. And respecting yourself. Tell yourself every day that you respect yourself, because what you have to say has value.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And do you have something else that you're going to share?
I was just going to say, and other things that you can do if you feel like you don't know how to do all those things, reach out to somebody, reach out to an energy worker, or to a friend, or to a life coach or a wellness coach, and say, I need some help. What are some things I can do? Energy work is a fabulous way to unblock your chakras. You can have that, if you come in for, I very much work with chakras when I do my Reiki sessions. So if you're feeling blocked or over open, under open, then come on in and try a Reiki session with myself or with someone else that does Reiki. And it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So far, I've written down some key words here. So if anybody missed it, like the number one tip that you gave was diet, right? So really watching your diet, moving away from refined sugars, more whole foods, connect with some like orange and yellow foods, even adding those to your diet will really help unblock the solar plexus. And then the second one that you said is crystals. Now, I don't remember which crystals you said, but more like the yellowy color crystals. And adding those. And then you said affirmations. I'm like, which way is the camera's opposite? So affirmations are really good to add in. to help unblock. And if you missed the first part, you can just rewind, and because Tabatha shared some wonderful affirmations that you can say to yourself to help with that. And then the fourth one that you mentioned was reach out, right? So reach out to a friend, a life coach, an energy worker, Reiki master, and just, reach out and look for that support, because we're not meant to do things alone. We're meant to work together and collaborate and support one another and help lift each other up.
Absolutely.
So those are the four. Did you have any other tips that you want to share with anybody today?
I think those are probably the main ones. I will definitely add these to my page, Oh My Soul and Journey, as well, so that if anybody needs to go back and want to look at some of those things, they can. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can send me an inbox or a private message, if you have any questions, I'd love to chat more. I could chat about chakras all day long.
I bet you could. I'm sure your head is just filled with a ton of knowledge.
Well,
yeah.
and I learn every day, because I still read and research things, and I learn things every day. So it's about being open to learning new things, and it really does take a community to make us better people.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so I'm realizing how important it is to unlock the solar plexus chakra, right? With regards to self-esteem, willpower, personal power, that feeling of self-confidence. And like I said earlier, the warmth in your personality, that really speaks to me personally, because I just love it when I meet other people with really warm personalities. And I did not know that you could be too closed or too open. So that was that was definitely a takeaway for me. So anybody watching, what was your big takeaway from the information that Tabatha shared today? I'd love to hear from you guys of what your takeaway was. But in the meantime, Tabatha, how can our viewers get in touch with you?
So you can, I have a Facebook page, which is Oh My Soul and Journey. And all my information's on there, my phone number, my email address. And and you can come and see us on 25 Main Street West. It's Oh My Soul and Journey. Myself and Karina are there pretty much most evenings. We have yoga, we have meditation. We've got all kinds of classes and courses on our soul talks, and we have every other Friday, we have Fun Friday, where you can just kind of pop in and meet people and chat. We always have tables set up, and we have oracle cards out and crystals and oils, and it's just fun to kind of vibe with your tribe, just be with like-minded people.
So for people that are connecting like worldwide, I'm in Ontario, Canada. Where are you?
I'm in St. John, New Brunswick.
In St. John, New Brunswick,
Yeah.
East Coaster.
East Coaster.
Yeah, so all the local people to, the St. John local people, please, stop by and check out Oh My Soul and Journey. And for everyone else, please, send Tabatha a friend request, connect with her on Facebook, and stay tuned to what she's got going on. So please do connect, and I welcome you to leave any links to your pages or groups that you have. Like once we're done our broadcast here, you can put those in the comments so that people that are tuned in can easily find you. And I want to thank everybody here for tuning in live. And if you've enjoyed today's episode of Coffee and Confidence, it is a weekly show. So every Thursday morning, I interview different guests and we put a spin and we talk about confidence. So please tune in next Thursday morning for the next episode of Coffee and Confidence. And thank you so much, Tabatha, for being here and sharing your knowledge. I know that I learned a lot, and I'm sure the viewers have as well. So thank you again.
Great. Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.